Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry if I sound rushed in this video. I'm just trying to fit it all into 15 minutes because I'm under a time restraint. So we've had 3 more fulfillments of these visions that I uploaded in 2012. And for those of you that have been following along and already know what most of this is about, the new fulfillments are this white hot air balloon of Jesus that was flown over Melbourne on June 10th, this hailstorm at the World Cup on June 7th, and this homeless Jesus sculpture that debuted in Toronto in February of 2013. So, what I want to do in this video is go over the rest of these events because there's so many connections between these visions and their later fulfillments. And I'm not sure what all of this means, so maybe you can make sense out of this or see something that I don't. So I made another copy of this here so we can look at each event individually. So we're going to start with the April 18th vision that I had of lightning striking Jesus' hand. Here's a screenshot of the video I uploaded. It's still on YouTube in my playlist, Proof the Visions Come True. So the link is in the description box below this video if you want to check that out. But you can see I uploaded it April 18th, 2012, and almost 2 years after I uploaded this vision of lightning striking Jesus' hand, on January 16th, 2014, lightning struck the right hand of the Rio Christ statue in Brazil. So that seemed like maybe just a coincidence at first, but then I realized that this lightning strike occurred on the second day of our major 3-day watch window that we were expecting all the way back in June of 2013. So you can see I uploaded this video June 9th, 2013, citing the major watch period coming up in January 15th through the 17th of 2014. And during that watch period, the lightning strike hit the hand of the Rio Christ statue. So it didn't seem like such a coincidence to me anymore, but I think a lot of people that are unfamiliar with these patterns that have been going on for the last 3 years may have thought that it was no big deal. But then on February 22nd, I uploaded a video about our next major watch period in 2014, which was also a 3-day period, June 11th through the 13th. And you can still find this video on YouTube as well. I uploaded it February 22nd. And I have here June 11th through the 13th as the next major 3-day watch period. And on the evening of June 11th, right here, the first day of that watch, which was also the evening before the opening of the World Cup, right here, which you can see started on June 12th, the Rio Christ statue was lit up with lights. So I'm not sure what time it occurred. It says here that it occurred the evening before the World Cup opening. So I don't know if that was midnight of June 12th or just the night of June 11th. But whichever day it was, whether it was the 11th or the 12th, it's still during our 3-day watch period, and it opened our major watch period in June. So 2 events with the Rio Christ statue, both exactly on our first 2 major 3-day watch periods in 2014. And this second event was in honor of the World Cup sporting event. And that ties into this other vision I uploaded in July of 2012 of Jesus floating up in the sky above a sports field. So this is also in the playlist Proof the Visions Come True, link below if you want to watch the whole thing. But you can see it was uploaded July 30th, 2012. And in the vision, I was with Jesus and he was floating upward into the sky. And I saw below us a sports field with short green grass and white paint lines on it. Then on June 10th, 2014, this giant white hot air balloon of Jesus shaped like the Rio Christ statue was floated above Melbourne, Australia in honor of the World Cup event in Rio. So you can see here June 10th, outrage over Jesus hot air balloon, which was launched by Sportsbet directly in association with the World Cup event that is happening in Rio, which is why it's shaped like the Rio Christ statue. So you can see it's huge. I mean, here's the basket down here. Here's another shot of it. The basket just looks tiny in comparison to it. And I'm not sure what the number symbol means right here, but I noticed on the back of it is the number 24, which reminded me of Revelation 4:4, which says there were 24 elders sitting around the throne in heaven wearing white. And that reminds me of Revelation 7, which talks about the 144,000 that are sealed prior to this major event that happens on the earth. And at that same time, the multitude of all tribes and nations is in heaven before the throne dressed in white. So the ones that are taken away from the Great Tribulation. So that's what that reminded me of. I don't know what they meant by it, probably something else. But I saw that vision of Jesus floating above the sports field up into the sky back in 2012. And in that vision, Jesus was juggling these balls, and they all fell down to the sports field below. So right here, it starts out, he's juggling these balls, then he starts floating upward into the sky. Then I saw the sports field below us, and then he suddenly stopped juggling the balls and reached to grab me, and all the balls went falling down to the sports field below. So again, I uploaded this in July of 2012. And then on June 7th, 2014, they had this hailstorm at the warm-up match for the World Cup between Belgium and Tunisia, and these hailstones were the size of golf balls. So seems to be another event tied into this vision that I had, it connecting to the World Cup. But there's another element to this that ties it all to New York City, because on December 4th, 2012, I uploaded a vision of a nuclear event in New York City. And in that vision, I saw Jesus and a giant white balloon man. And this vision is still on YouTube. Again, you can watch the whole thing if you want. It's in the playlist here that's linked below. And you can see this was uploaded December 4th, 2012. So I'm going to play the part in here where I talk about the white balloon man. And I apologize that I was whispering. My son was a toddler back then and probably sleeping, so that's why I was talking quiet. And then this man, he was shaped like a man, came toward us where Jesus and I were at. And he was huge, and he looked like a white balloon man with no face. Okay, so in this vision, I saw a nuclear event in New York City, Jesus and a giant white balloon man. Again, this was December of 2012. And the white balloon Jesus just happened recently in June of 2014. But also on November 11th, 2013, Lady Gaga had this art rave in New York City. You can see right here, it was on November 10th and 11th, 2013. And during that rave, she was dressed in a white balloon costume with flotation devices. You can see it right here. Sunday night, turning into November 11th. And this is a closer look at her costume, so you can see that the flotation devices are part of the costume, and the costume itself resembles a white balloon man with no face, and she's performing this in front of a sculpture of her that was created by Jeff Koons. Right here, it's a Jeff Koons sculpture, and this Jeff Koons sculpture is significant because I had another vision on December 15th, 2012, again, where Jesus was standing like the Rio Christ statue. And in this vision, I saw a tsunami tidal wave hit a balloon sculpture. And then later we found out there is a Jeff Koons balloon sculpture at the One World Trade Center in New York City. So here's the video uploaded December 15th, 2012. It's linked below in the playlist, Proof the Visions Come True. And I'm going to play just a few clips of this because there are several elements to it. First, Jesus is standing like the Rio Christ statue facing Mexico and South America. Then he becomes this homeless man who's lying in front of a balloon statue, and then a tsunami crashes into the balloon statue. So you can tell when you listen to this that at the time I didn't understand what it all was referring to. And again, I'm sorry for the whispering. My child was sleeping. So I'm going to skip through here.
It was a vision where he went and he stood at the southern border of the United States, and he was facing Mexico, and he stretched out his arms to the side, and they were his arms were straight, and his palms were facing Mexico, and his arms were like parallel to the ground. And then he kind of stood there for a while. I didn't know what that meant. And then I saw this crowd of people, and it seemed like it was in Mexico, but I'm not really sure. I just know it was like it was like either Mexico or South America, or it was south of the United States somewhere. There was this big crowd of people, and he was above this crowd, and he was trying to comfort them, but they didn't see him and they weren't paying attention to him. And then, but he was so concerned about them that he actually became, I don't know whether he was with this person or what, but there was this man laying on the ground next to this statue, and I'm not sure if he was the man or if he was just showing me that he was with this man. And actually, I don't even know if it was a man or a woman, but it seemed like a man, but I'm not really sure. But it seemed like a homeless person, and the homeless person was laying on the ground like just completely beat. The person was laying next to a statue or something, some kind of sculpture, and I'm not really sure. All I remember is seeing balloons. I don't know and I think it was balloons, and I'm not even sure about that. So it seemed like it was a sculpture or something of balloons. And then this huge wave came in from the north.
Okay, so east. I uploaded this in December of 2012, and I actually had the vision of several months before that. I don't know exactly what month, but the point is the elements of that vision also tie into all these events that have been occurring recently, because we later found out the balloon sculpture is in New York City. And the part about him becoming a homeless man right here seems to tie into this sculpture that was installed at the Jesuit School of Theology on February 23rd, 2013. It's called Jesus the Homeless, and it was installed outside of the Jesuit School of Theology at the University of Toronto, according to this article, which is right here. And then in November 2013, the Pope was given a wooden copy of it, and then it was installed at the St. Albans Church in Davidson, North Carolina. And there was this whole controversy behind the whole background and controversy behind that I don't have time to go into here. But you can see that Davidson, North Carolina is right here. So it seems like maybe this is all a warning about an Atlantic tsunami event, but I don't really know. This is very complex, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe you'll see something in here that I haven't seen. I color-coded all of these events here so that you can easily see what I've been trying to explain before, that it's all connected somehow. So I hope this was helpful to some people, and I'm out of time now, so I'm going to have to go. If you want more information, there are links below this video in the description box. So just click on show more and you can find the links there. And then I also have some links, some information on my website as well. So I'll let you guys go. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye bye.